Fishman Island is not about winning a fight. It is about confronting a problem strength alone was never meant to solve. When the Straw Hats arrive beneath the sea, this is their first real test after 2 years apart. Not just to show how much stronger they have become, but to prove they understand the world better than before. On the surface, the conflict seems straightforward. Hody Jones leads a violent uprising driven by hatred toward humans. But Hody is not shaped by loss or personal trauma. He hates because he was taught to hate. That difference defines the entire arc. Luffy overwhelms Hody without struggle. Zoro fights underwater as if the ocean itself no longer holds him back. Sanji moves with speed and control that would have been impossible before the time skip. Haki is no longer mysterious here. It is precise. It is controlled. And it is used with intention. The crew is stronger than ever. Yet Fishman Island makes something painfully clear. Strength alone cannot undo hatred that has been passed down for generations. This is where Jinbei becomes central to the story. Jinbei reveals his connection to Arlong without excuses or defensiveness. He does not deny the harm Arlong caused. He acknowledges it as part of a larger cycle he himself failed to stop. Jinbei understands that Arlong's cruelty did not appear out of nowhere. It was born from resentment, fear, and a history that taught fishmen to see humans as enemies before they ever met one. Instead of rejecting that truth, Jinbei carries it openly. That honesty deepens his bond with Luffy. Luffy does not judge Jinbei or demand answers. He listens. For one of the first times in the series, Luffy does not rush to punch the problem away. He accepts that some wounds cannot be healed through force. Their relationship changes here, from respect into trust. Then the story quietly shifts. Madame Shirley delivers a prophecy that refuses to leave the ark behind. She foresees Luffy destroying Fishman Island. Not attacking it, not conquering it. Destroying it. At first, the vision feels impossible. Luffy is actively saving the island. He is protecting its people. But One Piece never introduces prophecies without purpose. The meaning begins to take shape through Shirahoshi. Shirahoshi is revealed to be Poseidon, one of the ancient weapons. Not a machine. Not an object. But a living being capable of commanding the Sea Kings themselves. The story shifts here without raising its voice. Fishman Island is no longer just a kingdom struggling with prejudice. It becomes a place tied directly to the buried history of the world. Shirahoshi is not presented as a weapon meant for destruction. She exists as proof that power does not always choose violence. Sometimes it simply waits for understanding. Even Vanderdecken's obsession reflects this imbalance. He does not see Shirahoshi as a person. He sees her as something to control. Another example of power being twisted instead of respected. By the end of the arc, Hody is defeated, but the real conflict remains unresolved. Hatred does not disappear because someone stronger shows up. What changes is the direction of the future. Luffy forces Fishman Island to face its past without flinching. Jinbei steps forward not as a warrior, but as a bridge between worlds. And Shirahoshi begins to understand her role not as a weapon, but as a protector. The prophecy still lingers. Luffy may one day destroy Fishman Island, but destruction in One Piece is rarely meaningless. Sometimes what must be destroyed is not a place. It is the system that made it necessary. Fishman Island marks the moment the Straw Hats prove they are ready for the new world. Not because they are stronger, but because they finally understand what strength is meant to protect. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want deeper explanations of One Piece arcs, characters, and hidden themes, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are just getting started.